So it's been about 8 days since you went through your process detoxifying from opiates with the Ibogaine. Can you tell me a little bit about why you came to the Dream House?
Yeah. I was pretty much lost, strung out, and tired of it. And I looked into this, and it just made a whole lot of sense to me.
And your experience on the Ibogaine, can you tell a little bit about how the experience was provided, how you felt during the experience?
Yeah, at first, it was tough. It was hard. I was forced to see things I didn't want to. I was forced to feel things that I didn't want to feel, and it was tough. But I was able to let go of them. It was a hard process, and as I was letting go, I was forced to make choices that I was never, forced to do before, and there were some hard, tough choices. It was not easy, but in the end, it worked out, and I'm really pleased with what happened. It was a pretty rough road, but now I'm making all the right choices. I'm still facing more and more choices, all the time. So it never just completely gets, done. But I'm heading in the right way right now.
So, do you have any feelings like you want to use? Have you been thinking about it?
I haven't been feeling like I wanted to use.
How long after the treatment? Because the first couple of days
The first couple of days I was just, there was not like a nagging, craving feeling, but it was just, I was feeling things I did not want to feel, like I said, and the only escape I could see at the time was drugs. But when I told myself, no, this is your choice now, there's not these nagging cravings, and I was forced to deal with the feelings. So after that, and it started to go away. The wanting drugs for purposes of dealing with my feelings.
And how did the Ibogaine work for the detox? Did it address
It addressed pretty much all the withdrawal symptoms. I had a minor, just my legs were hurting. Afterwards, no cold sweats, no throwing up. My stomach was fine. But it lasted about half a day. And it went away. I had kicked cold turkey before, so it wasn't that bad. I was pretty happy that I wasn't that bad. But yeah, that one symptom went away pretty quick. And then after that, it was just in my head. There was a lot of pain up here. That's emotional things. And that was what I had to really work with.
And then how do you think about, like, you've been to other different types of treatment centers, you've been to institutions, you've been shuffled around for a good 10 years of your life with addiction, right?
Correct.
So what is the Dream House compared to these other types of rehabilitation?
It seemed like here it was a lot easier well, it was hard, but I started to make my own choices. Other places, they tell you just, do this, do that, do this, do that, and that's just knowledge. It's just, gets in your head, and you really don't apply it. So here, I didn't get any of that whatsoever. I wanted it at first because that's what I'm used to. Like, come on, help me, like, tell me what to do, and I really was forced to figure all this out on my own, and I went to other places, and they get you off drugs, but they never fix they never fix this, you know what I'm saying? They never fix your emotions, they never fix your head, you know what I'm saying? And it felt like I had been through, in a few days, quite a bit of years of, you know, a psychiatrist, going to a psychiatrist, but I was being my own psychiatrist, you know, so that's completely different in every aspect, you know, of any rehab or, you know, or any method that they use to get people off drugs, because you're getting yourself, the Ibogaine helps you, but in the end you're getting yourself off the drugs. There's not somebody, you know, telling you need to follow this step 1, 2 through 12, you know, it's just you working it out on your own, you know. So
you feel like the Ibogaine is kind of like working the steps, but you're doing it from the inside?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it works step 1 with you, you know, and then after that, it takes the first step with you, and after that, if you continue taking the steps, then it just gradually lets you go off on your own, and you know, it takes that baby step with you that you first need to, you're gridlocked,
right? You
know, and once it gets the gear kind of moving, and from then on out, it's all, you know, it's you. You know, the boosters, they helped me a great deal, you know, but I got a lot of clarity basically just, you know, afterwards making my own choices and doing my own thing, you know what I mean? And that it helped me to do that.
So you made a decision to stick around here. You didn't want to rush back home. I know that was actually a hard decision.
That was one of the things I was talking about as far as tough choices I had to make. You know, I was using excuses and things like that, why I needed to go home, you know, and there was only one reason, you know, and I couldn't fool myself anymore after the Ibogaine. I kind of saw past my lies. I wasn't able to lie to myself, and once that happened, I just, you know, if I didn't I knew what I should do. If I didn't do it, then it's on me, you know what I mean? And it's not on anybody else, it's totally on me. So with that feeling and that, not knowledge, but just that, you know, I was able to make the choice to stay, and it was a really good choice, you know, because I would have gone back and things would have been the same as how I left them. And I would have basically fell right into place with that, you know.
Well, I hope you stick around for a while. It's been a pleasure to work with you. And,
yeah, likewise.
And I've seen a remarkable change. And I really was a little character kind of attached to you. At least, you know, you had all that negativity. And
well, yeah, I mean, I thought I came here for drugs. But that was a symptom of the problem, and a lot of things have changed about me besides the drugs. You know, I had a lot of fears, and that was the root of it. And you know, I was real uptight. I sat forward in my seat. You know, I could never get comfortable, and you know, just small habits have changed too. It's the drugs, you know, were not the issue. Like, they were the biggest symptom, but this has really fixed the problem. But it was really tough, you know, to get to that understanding.
One of the things you said was you didn't know what to do.
That was a big one. Like,
I don't know what to do today.
When yeah, you're so used to doing drugs, and after the Ibogaine, you know, the drugs, the cravings, you know, they go away, and it's like, well, now what do I do? You know, all I've been doing is drugs. Like, I don't know what to do. So the first thing I did was, well, you know how to run, you know, like, you know, I had this built-up energy, and it was turning into anxiety,
yeah.
And so, well, you know how to run, so get out and just run, and that was like a first step, you know, so started walking, and, you know, seeing the beach, and, you know, so many better experiences than drugs, you know, and they totally took over that feeling.
And you got your own apartment. When was the last time you had your own place?
Well, I threw in on a room one time with my sister, like, a few years ago, and other than that, it's been either my mom's or, you know, the streets, or you know, when I was kicked out, just, you know, here or there, but never my own things, my own stuff, my own environment.
And feel pretty good?
Feels great.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, man. Like I said, it was a pleasure to work with you.
Okay. Likewise.